Hey everyone, Slender here with another New World update. So I get home, I go to log on to New World, I go to try to make a video on something. I was thinking about doing a healer guide, and then I noticed something. My New World public test realm started updating, and I freaked out. I may have to call off work tomorrow. I don't know, but this is pretty nutty. No warning, nothing. So I don't know if it's actually out, but then I checked the forums and we've got some release notes already. This will be in the description of the video, so if you guys want to read it yourself, feel free. But yeah, pretty crazy. Let's check out what they've got. So this came out 1 hour ago from Ainwin, Revamped starting experience. You know what? I'm just going to turn off my camera really quick. Actually, you know what we're going to do? Let's get right into it. Boop. All right, as I was saying. So, hey guys, I'm back. So, Revamped starting experience. We've completely redesigned the early levels. Let me zoom in a little bit so y'all can read. The early levels of New World, so players who start the game or roll a new character will experience brand new stories and quests. Player feedback on quest variety, AI variety, more streamlined quest lines, with less running back and forth and improved storytelling in those early stages of the game helped bring about the following changes. Quest flow through zones has been optimized with NPCs who move around and a central story thread that Oh, they added your NPCs who move around. Who? Geek Boy, did you see that? NPCs who move around. Pause. So there was a thread by Oran1, and my friend Geek Boy wanted me to cover this and, say what I thought about it. And open world NPCs, priority high. This is suggestions and features that he wanted to see in the game. The world feels very empty as there are no NPCs walking around or running around. Bro, they listened. Check this out. Bam. Zoom back in 1 second. So we've added a move around. Let me just start over. I'm sorry. You know how I get, guys. I'm going to calm down right now. Quest flow through zones has been optimized with NPCs who move around in a central story thread that takes players through each region of the game, unlocking side content to pace out the experience. Anyway, we've added a variety of new quest dynamics from wave events, to tracking and traversal challenges, puzzles in the ruins, unique interactions with the world, and dynamic events players will encounter. Let's freaking go! We've raised onboarding to stay focused on the central storyline, introducing the legacy of King Arthur, in Monarch's Bluffs, and a curse and famine from the sorceress Medea. Medea goes to prison, what's up? In Windsward, players will still converge on the hermit Jonas to start on the path to becoming soul wardens, but the Jonas quests have all been consolidated in Everfall. The hermit himself is now more mobile, while the story and quest flow vastly improved. We've also added a lot more character to the zones and settlements in Monarch's Bluffs and Everfall, new enemies, new major locations, and new challenges in the quest and open world. Greatsword. Get ready for a new weapon, the Greatsword. This two-handed blade utilizes stances to adapt to different situations. Learn the risks and rewards of each option to survive in battle. Both weapon skill trees feature versatile tactics for varied playstyles. The Onslaught tree embodies relentless offense and focuses on defeating enemies before they can take you out. The Defiance tree excels at aggressive defense that can survive and deal damage against multiple opponents. The Greatsword scales evenly with strength and dex. What? Wow, that's actually pretty badass. Each one equal. Cool, making it a good pair for many other martial weapons. Great off-tanking weapon, I imagine. Greatsword blunder. Oh my god, this is crazy. Rolling PTR updates. We will release new features like Brimstone Sands, the Ennead Expedition, and for all those of you that don't know, Ennead is the 9 Egyptian deities or gods. The Ennead Expedition and Heart Gem abilities in the coming weeks. Stay tuned to the PTR section of the forums for updates on when they're available, or just click the like and subscribe button on Slender's channel and you'll get everything. You know you will. Coming soon, Brimstone Sands Zone. Brimstone Sands is a new zone unlike anything else in Eternum. Look forward to new enemies to fight, and new territory to control, and new stories to uncover. Death hovers over the scorched wastes of Brimstone Sands, its thirst still unsatisfied even after centuries of strife and war. The ancient Egyptians first encountered the godlike ancients here and built monuments and vast cities that were part of a flourishing civilization thousands of years in the past. Their civilization is now long fallen to ruin, and few of those original inhabitants remain except for the mysterious sorcerer Imhotep. Oh, Imhotep! That guy was in The Mummy. He was a priest. Or he was the mummy, with whom players must work with to solve the desert's mysteries. The most immediate threat in Brimstone Sands is posed by the deranged remnants of the Roman Empire's 19th Legion. What exactly befell the Romans must be discovered, but they have fallen to corruption and now besiege the ancient ruins of a mysterious pyramid known as Akhet. They are certain that within they will find the secret to their redemption and the long-awaited resurgence of the Roman Empire. Coming soon, the Ennead Expedition. Players must challenge the corrupted Legion head-on and delve into ancient ruins where they will face the vigilant Anubian guardians and solve hieroglyphic puzzles to achieve new power. When the sands settle, players will have explored ancient mysteries with Imhotep, defeated powerful sand demons, and perhaps, if they persist, restored the rightful ruler who can finally bring order and hope to the region after centuries of chaos. Coming soon, Heart Gem abilities. Adventurers can now further customize their playstyle through Heart Rune abilities. Detonate. Overload yourself with arcane energy to detonate and deal significant damage. Players can move and attack while the ability is active. Grasping Vines. Punch your hand into the ground to unleash vines around you and root all nearby enemies. Stone Form. Turn yourself to stone and become immune to staggers, knockdowns, stuns, roots, and slows. Players can move and attack while this ability is active. Cannon Blast. Whip out a large handheld cannon and fire a cannonball that explodes on impact for high damage. Dark Ascent, that used to be what was it? Anyway, they changed the name of that one. Sprout corrupted wings and fly up into the air, hover briefly, and then slam back down into the ground, dealing damage to all nearby enemies. Players must fully charge their Heart Gem to activate an ability. Various combat actions like dealing and taking damage, blocking hits, and healing allies will charge your Heart Gem. The charge resets upon use. Experiment with and upgrade each Heart Gem to find a favorite. That is awesome. Things can change. Yes, we know. But thank you. So game modes. War, they fix an issue that caused some AoEs and projectiles to go through fort gates. Fix an issue that caused capture points to not appear correctly in subsequent matches. Increase the war armory purchase cleansing elixirs cooldown to 30 seconds from 10. And fix an issue that caused the attacker and defender crest on the map to swap during the war resolution phase if the attackers won. Invasions, they fix teleportation and stutter issues for elites when attacking a control point. Fix an issue that caused capture points to not appear correctly in subsequent matches. And increase the invasion army purchase cleansing elixirs cooldown to 30 seconds from 10 seconds. Outpost Rush, they fix an issue that caused ranged players to gain line of sight to protection wards over fort walls. Fixed an issue that caused some projectiles to shoot through collision. Fixed an issue that caused AoEs to pass through the spawn barrier and damage other players. Fixed an issue that caused repaired repeater turrets and outpost rush to continue to auto-fire when destroyed while firing. PvP arenas, they made bullet and arrow projectile trails more visible against the environment. Arena invites no longer incorrectly persist through character changes. Fix an issue that caused active game mode invites to persist when leaving a group. Fix an issue that caused arena invite countdowns to not stop properly. Fix an issue that caused players to be kicked from their group if their arena invite timed out. Fix an issue that caused the arena rewards screen to persist longer than intended. And fix an issue that caused arena leaderboards to not display properly. Mechanics, they added an equip load driven delay before a target can start running after being hit with a melee attack. So light equip load, 1.5 second delay, reduced from 1.75. Medium equip load, 1 second delay, reduced from 1.75. Heavy equip load, 0.5 second delay, reduced from 1.75. And light and medium dodge translation, reduced by 20% while the delay is active. Notable fixes, they fixed an issue that caused weapons to remain invisible in the player's hand when a coating was applied immediately after an unsheath action started. Now a weapon must be fully in the player's hands before the coating will apply. Fixed an issue that caused deep water wading animations to not play. Fix an issue that caused throwable warning indicators to not show at the correct time. Perks. They updated the Plentiful Arrows and Plentiful Shells bag perks. They were updated to be Plentiful Ammo. It now states that it returns all ammo from any range weapon hit. That's pretty legit. Any existing bags with the Plentiful Arrows perk will now have Plentiful Ammo instead. Anchor's Mark. Replace one of the refreshing words with Enchanted. Diminishing Orb. Updated description to specify that this perk does not reduce the duration of buffs applied by consumables. Keenly Jagged. They fixed a typo that incorrectly listed the bleed damage as 7% weapon damage instead of the actual 10% weapon damage. Fixed an issue that caused a Hale and Hardy lifestyle buff to not stack properly with other max health increasing effects. Added additional information to the diminishing shield bash perk tooltip to describe that it will not reduce the duration of consumable buffs. Added PvP only text to the critical retribution perk since it only applies to players. Updated the resilient perks tooltip to state PvP only, thank you. And to add clarity that it does not function against hits from AI because the AI is not able to trigger critical hits. I didn't know that for a long time. I mean, I knew it before today, but I didn't know it for a long time, so that's embarrassing. Chain perks can now appear on all magic items and not just the ones that match their damage type. Fix an issue with Nguyen's Notch Spear having 2 spear perks. Fix an issue with the Exhausted Exploitation perk that caused diminishing returns to apply to the slow. Fix an issue that caused hatchets to not naturally roll the Vorpal perk. Fix an issue that impacted some perk cooldowns not clearing or being applied correctly. Fix an issue that caused the Azoth bomb to not trigger the healing from the leeching Azoth Shrapnel Blast perk. Fix an issue that caused the Fortified perk to not work with certain applications of Fortify. Fix the tooltip text of Vicious Beacon to better match the effect's behavior. Updated the Sundering Shockwave perk to prevent it from applying the effect to targets that blocked. Updated the Vicious Beacon perk name to Keen Beacon. Oh, I'm going to have to blur that out. This name is more consistent with other perks that have crit chance. Updated the Accelerated Defiant Stance perk name to Accelerated Resolve in order to address a conflict with Greatsword stances. Fix an issue that caused the Shirking Elemental Damage perk to inconsistently trigger off of Ice Gauntlet pylon attacks, and updated the icon for the Extra Pockets perk. Weapons, Blunderbuss. Players can now cancel Mortar Shot by clicking the right mouse button while the ability is active. Fix an issue that caused Blunderbuss Double Down Ultimate to go on cooldown when an ability was interrupted before its execution. Fix an issue that caused the Blunderbuss to put enemies into death's door and kill them in one shot. Remove the decay on the haste applied by Blunderbuss's run and gun passive abilities, and the run and gun passive abilities now grant a consistent 40% haste for 1 second after a reload has been initiated. So that movement speed is increased while reloading. Bow, they fixed an issue that caused bow haste passive abilities to have reduced duration when haste consumables are active. Fixed an issue that canceled the damage impact of rain of arrows when switching weapons after shooting. Fixed an issue that caused the bow string to not animate properly when interrupted while aiming down sights. Firestaff fixed an issue that allowed the Empowering Meteor Shower perk to be activated from the Watch It Burn passive damage checks. Fixed an issue that would restart Clear Casting's timer when it expired. Fixed an issue that caused the Reheat Ultimate effect to be stuck on a player indefinitely. And activating Burnout no longer triggers a sprint delay or cancels auto run. Great Axe, they fixed an issue that caused Maelstrom to sometimes stop ally ice spikes or beacons. Fixed a typo in the ability description for Gravity Well. Fixed an issue that caused kills with Gravity Well to not show correctly in the respawn menu. Reduce startup and recovery of Execute along with, so Execute's going to go off faster so that it might not be telegraphed as much? Really? That's pretty cool. Maybe, so that's actually a pretty good buff for Execute, so that's good. Oh, and improve the ability's target homing. Interesting. Updated the Execute tooltip to accurately explain how the damage against targets with less than 58% HP calculates out. It didn't actually increase attack damage to 300%, but increased base damage by 50%. They also fixed an issue that caused the Great Axe Mauler Fury ability to not consistently increase damage. Hatchet fixed an issue that caused the Hatchet's Rejuvenating Crits passive to not trigger on headshots. Separated the Infected Throw Disease and Weakened status effects into 2 different effects. Ice Gauntlet. Fix an issue that caused Maelstrom to sometimes stop ally ice showers. Fix an additional damage information to Windchill's tooltip. Fix an issue that caused ice damage perks to make the Ice Gauntlet Heavy Freeze passive not function. Frozen Touch. Updated description to clarify that the player needs to be at full health rather than 99% health for this passive to activate. Life Staff. Fix an issue that caused a beacon AoE to get destroyed when hitting neutral targets. Fix several line of sight issues with targeted abilities. Targeted healing group member hotkeys will no longer trigger cast when not in a group except for hotkey 1. Hotkey 1 will self-cast. Updated the Divine Embrace and Light's Embrace tooltips to be clearer about functionality. Musket. Added cancel windows for stopping power to trigger after the shot's reload begins. This should be more in line with other weapons' ability cancel windows. Fix an issue that caused impact effects for the musket to play even if the server invalidated a shot. Fix an issue that caused ADS camera to remain active when exiting shooter stance. Fix an issue that caused the shooter stance ability shot count to not count down properly. Fix an issue that caused the bomb to get put away when holding right mouse button while activating sticky bomb. Releasing right mouse button with sticky bomb aimed will now pull back out of the musket. And they separated the trap's root and Ren status effects into 2 different effects. Rapier. Allegro and Breathe In will no longer trigger upon immediately activating the ability. They will now only trigger when successfully evading an attack, and they remove the stun invulnerability from insult to injury so that players will now only be immune to staggers. This now matches the Berserk uninterruptible upgrade. Spear. They fix an issue that caused the Spear's defensive stance passive to trigger off of damage from time ticks when using the Bleeding Sweet perk. Invigorating Crits. Fixed an issue that caused headshots with Javelin to not trigger this passive. Sword and Shield. They changed the name of Defiant Stance to Defender's Resolve in order to address the conflict with Greatsword stances. Fixed an issue that causes the grit to end before the active frames on the sword's Shield Bash ability, and fixed some issues with the Sword and Shield abilities homing, not functioning as smoothly and consistently as intended. Void Gauntlet. Essence Rupture. Fix an issue that caused overflowing essence to not trigger if the target died. Fix an issue that made other players' Void Blade visual effects invisible. Fix an issue that caused the Tethered Focus Void Gauntlet status effect to remain when traversing the world. Fix an issue that caused the Void Blade to not appear correctly when equipped while running, and activating Void Blade no longer triggers a sprint delay. Warhammer, it just got one. Fix an issue that caused a Warhammer Shockwave attack to be unblockable and stunned through blocks. Notable fixes. So they fixed an issue they fixed a lot of issues that caused players to get locked in a zoom state when returning to the open world after exiting an instance game mode like Outpost Rush while holding aim. They also fixed an issue that caused ranged weapon shots to sometimes miss close targets at various angles. Fixed an issue that caused players to enter an exhausted state after getting hit while still having stamina. Fixed an issue that caused a player to ignore stuns if they were in their inventory and the stun was not applied via a critical hit. Fix an issue that caused the finger guns emote to trigger some on-hit perks. What? That's pretty cool. Fix an issue that caused free camera to lock projectiles to the player's position at the time of activating free camera, even if the player moved to a different location. And they fixed a minor issue that caused small player movement if you spam the F5 key. Economy and progression. Endgame. We wanted to give new level 60 players more guidance on how to engage with endgame systems like expertise, gypsum, and etc. And for all of you that don't know, ECT is not a thing, it's ETC, all right? There is now a new banner upon hitting level 60 that links to a new section in the journal to explain these systems in detail, as well as some reminder pop-ups on the next 3 logins. But if you still get confused and don't really know what to do, check out the guide on YouTube from Slender. I'm hit level 60, now what? Crafting rune glass gems. Players can now combine ancient glyph stones found in secret locations with charged sand they refine from sandstone to craft powerful rune glass gems. Okay, so you have to get glyph stones from secret locations, and you combine it with charged sand that they refine from sandstone to craft powerful rune glass gems. These resources can only be found in Brimstone sands. Rune glass gems combine the effects of any gem with an additional power depending on which ancient glyphs are used to craft them. Players can then slot their rune glass gem into any armor or weapon gem slot to receive both effects. And I've seen some of these guys and it is nuts. The perks provided by the glyph stones always grant an offensive bonus, even when applied to armor. This gives players new strategies to consider when setting up their gear, and again, this is going to be nutty. Rune glass gems and the resources used to craft them can also be freely bought, sold, and traded to support gatherers and crafters. Thank you. Note, this is a big one, guys. Big. Notable changes: made rarity of T5 weapon schematics consistent, fixed an issue that caused crafting recipes to not properly highlight in the crafting screen when they were part of an active quest, and added messaging for crafting recipes when the resulting item's gear score is based on your expertise. So they fixed a lot of gear and items. I just want to go and get in the PTR. Oh well, I started it, now I gotta finish it. Average expertise will now only include your shield expertise, if you have one equipped. Fix the missing textures for the hatchet blood and flesh. Fix an issue with Switcher's revenge of having an armor perk. Added refinement counts to gypsum, tooltip descriptions. Added text to perk crafting items to describe what items the perks can be used with. Archaeologian's lantern no longer drops with an ice gem socketed. Oh, this stuff doesn't even matter. Corrected appearance of Chartist boss armor dropped in Lazarus instrumentality mutators. Existing pieces of this armor will not be affected by this change and will maintain their current appearance. However, all new drops of this armor will feature the updated appearance. Fix an issue with Legacy Wild Rage Warhammer having an armor perk. Fix an issue that caused perfect salvage to not occur on PvP items from the reward track. Fix an issue that caused a chain of Zane named amulet not to salvage an expedition. Materia can now also be crafted at an outfitting station with Lazarus materia. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change. No. Yeah, we're going to hit the important stuff, and then I will do a separate video on the entire thing for those of you that want the entire thing. And we're going to start that right meow. All right, I lied. No, we're not. We're just going to read it. We're just going to go through it. And then I'll do another version where it's just the important things. How's that? Okay. Fix an issue with Legacy Wild Rage Warhammer having an armor perk. Fix an issue that caused perfect salvage to not occur on PvP items from the reward track. Fix an issue that caused a chain of Zane named amulet to not salvage an expedition. Oh, I already read all this. Fix an issue that caused invasion shields to drop from the wrong table. Fix an issue that caused war named items to not drop from war reward chest. Fix an issue where armored hide of the Scorpion Queen was using the item description instead of its name within its tooltip. Fix an issue that caused the music pages for path less traveled were not displaying their page numbers. Fix an issue with low-level regeneration potions dropping at high levels. Okay, I'm glad I decided to read this whole thing. No more of those common regeneration potions dropping at high levels. Yes. Fix an issue with the engineer hat item icon. Fix legendary fishing poles not giving proper salvage scrap. Fix the tooltip of the taxidermized blue-blooded barb. Fix typos on varying blunderbusses. Increase the gear score of the item Captain's Command Longsword to its intended 350 gear score. And same thing with the sword-bound Balakor Longsword. And same thing with Vile Longsword. Fix the icon for the non-prestige PvP armor sets. Fix an issue that caused tier 2 weapons to have a perk removed. These will now spawn as tier 4 weapons with the expected rarity and number of perks. Most named items tier 2 through tier 4 have had substantial improvements made across the board. These improvements will include, but not be limited to, increasing the gear score, improved perk combinations, reducing level requirements, increasing durability values. For tier 5, named items that used to drop between 500 and 600 gear score have been set to always drop at 590 gear score. They will no longer scale with the player's expertise, as the player will be able to use them at a gear score of at least 590. Once a player increases their expertise for the appropriate slot to 600, they'll be able to upgrade these items just like they can on the live environment. Wow. Please note, while the majority of named items have been impacted, there have been exceptions and categories across the board that were not updated, and this is intended. Due to the sheer number of items, a full list is beyond the scope of these patch notes. Thank you, because I was just about to freak out. Summertime Orange Spotlight Furnishing item upped to epic quality to match its blue counterpart. The Celebrant's Firework Blunderbuss was previously using the incorrect appearance. This has been updated to the correct item appearance. The material requirements for the Corrupted Heart Spear have been adjusted as well as shifted to be more wood heavy. The Tempest crafted items should now require the correct amount of materials and now award the proper amount of experience. They updated the Defiled Blunderbuss to the correct appearance, updated the tooltip to reflect the number of drops a player can get per day, updated the cooldown to reflect a 24-hour cooldown instead of a 20-hour cooldown, updated the Tier 3 Warhammer Crystalline Crusher to use a more crystalline appearance, fixed an issue that caused certain crafting clothing to have stretch icons in the outfitting station. They fixed some icons for the Drag Attach PvP armor, fixed the Tier 5 Jewel Crafting and Tanner Pants icons, fixed an issue with Thunderous Rebuffs icon, fixed a bunch of visual issues with the Forgotten Helm Tier 4 icon not matching its model, added cloth to the armor set. They fixed issue with Azure Plains Twitch armor, Dancing Flame skirt, Death's Beckoning chest apparel, Death's Beckoning cape, Smile breastplate apparel. Fixed some cases where cloth objects on characters were deforming incorrectly. Shields are no longer dyed for free when canceling from preview mode. They fixed an visual issue with the Verdant Trapper coat. They fixed some dye channels for Nerid shields. Fixed stretching and clipping issues with the Alchemist set. Fixed a visual issue with Engineer set apparel. Visual issue with the Tainted coat when players enter their inventory. Fixed the Devil Went Down to Eternum skin naming issue. Fixed a visual issue with Force Warden's Cape collision. Updated item icons for faction hatchets. Fixed an unintentional indent in the Void Gauntlet description. Fixed dye channels for Light Curse Zealot armor. Fixed an issue where certain armor skins would clip through your arms on the main menu if you did not have any gloves equipped. And finally, they fixed an issue where a few new MTX weapons were missing their sheathing sound effects. Rewards and lootses. Named items received from Outpost Rush can now go from epic to legendary upon upgrading to gear score 600. Added a named blunderbuss to the Outpost Rush rewards chest. Added Tower Shield to Outpost Rush Conqueror set. Added Tower Shield to War rewards set. Dynasty Warrior's Musket has been removed from drop tables. Fixed an issue that caused Mutator boss loot to sometimes not award anything to players. Oh, that's a big one. This change also slightly restructures the way Mutator loot is provided. So bosses at difficulty 10 now provide an additional role for a piece of their unique armor and weapons. Yes, fix an issue that caused Captain Thorpe and Empress Sal to not drop timeless shards at the correct rate. Fix an issue that prevented the Invasion Void Gauntlet from dropping. Fix an issue where quest rewards displayed in the journal and when accepting quests would not show item quantities above 1. They fix an issue that caused the confirmation pop-up for a salvage to report items as guaranteed drops when there is less than 100% chance for that item. The Outpost Rush reward chest now has a guaranteed chance to give an expertise bump. Page 2 music sheets for Young King Stanley can now drop in POI's neighboring Bunny Island. Get over to Bunny Island when this is live. Some non-functional crafting materials have been removed from drop tables and the trading post. They renamed the Stonecutter's hat to Stonecutter's goggles. Summer pattern recipes now have their own category in the crafting panel, and they added new obtainable gear to elite POIs. Vambrance of Corrupted Rage, the Mark, Primordial Spear, Primordial Warhammer, Primordial Void Gauntlet, Primordial Ice Gauntlet, Soulforged Blight, Shard of One, and Rumbling Demise. The named items Malevolent Defender and Elegant Lamplighter were previously not dropping correctly. They have been fixed and can drop from the Protector's equipment cache, and they added a new named Blunderbuss to the War reward chest. Salvage. Deathsoft boots can now be salvaged. Fix an issue that caused some gathering armor to not use the perfect salvage system when salvage. Outpost Rush and War gear rewards can now be perfect salvage. Housing. They modified the description of housing trophies that provide crafting benefits to be more clear. So this is like version 1.1 because they already did that, but I guess it wasn't good enough. So now it's good enough. That's cool. Updated housing storage chest strings to more accurately display their storage values. Resolved an issue that caused the singing fish housing item to stop playing music. Fix an issue where abandoning a house while on max settlement storage would drop housing items as a drop bag, potentially causing the player to lose the items. Players must now have at least one unique item slot on settlement storage in order to abandon a house, and excess items will be added to hidden storage. They fixed multiple issues with housing guide tooltips. Fix an unintentional indent in the ray fin barb and blue-blooded barb housing item descriptions, and fixed a situation that prevented players from leaving their houses. So for Umbral Shards, Outpost Rush Shields no longer become legendary when upgraded with Umbral. Trade skills, so crafting a pristine opal earring with a runestone stopwatch no longer gives a pristine onyx earring. Instead, crafting a pristine onyx earring with a runestone stopwatch no longer gives a pristine opal earring instead. Crafting skills can now be hovered on the crafting screen to view the amount required to reach the next level. Fix an issue that caused garnet gypsum orb recipes to display the recipe name incorrectly. Fix an issue that caused the incorrect attribute chances to appear on crafting items using the runestone stopwatch. Lowered material requirements on expedition replica heavy boots to be consistent with other crafted boots and replicas. Non-arena legendary pattern crafting costs have been reduced by 66%. Holy moly. So non-arena legendary crafting pattern, are they talking about the medley fair stuff? Because that's going to be gone by the time this patch hits, right? This is just the PTR patch. This isn't going into live right now. So which are there other legendary pattern craftings, or patterns? Oh, I guess there are. Yeah. Okay. What am I thinking? Topaz. Sorry, guys. Blonde, or just stupid moment there. My apologies. Topaz, I love blondes. Topaz Gypsum Attunement Potions now grant Arcana trade skill experience when crafted, and fix certain Dynasty furniture granting lower furnishing XP when crafted. Gathering stamina will now regenerate while gathering. Fishing, here we go. Fix an issue that caused accepting notifications that open other screens to not properly interrupt fishing. Completing fishing quests now award fishing XP. Fishing now remembers your last selected bait. Yes. Fix an issue that caused, I gotta write that one down. Fix an issue that caused a player to enter a bad character state when teleporting while fishing. Fix an issue where the bait menu could still be accessed when exiting fishing mode. Legendary fish now count towards fishing quest progression. Fix an issue with players' movement while holding a fishing pole. Added a back-end check to prevent players from activating fishing while actively in combat. Fix erroneous fishing requires fishing tool message when you enter fishing mode with a full inventory. And finally, fix an issue where the fishing hotspots label in the gathering skill screen were illegible. I'm such an idiot. In some languages. We got a lot of music instrument updates here, guys. So certain actions like camping no longer get queued if triggered right after creating a musical performance. Fix broken animations when accepting a musical performance invite while resting at a camp. Fix an issue where client could potentially crash in rare cases when in a music performance. Fix an issue where in rare cases 2 music performance zones could be created right next to each other. Fix an issue that caused performances to get out of sync with the player. Fix the music performance floor effect from projecting down to all floors of a multi-story house. Musical performance buffs are now sorted alphabetically with no effect being first. Added an X icon for songs and instruments that are unavailable. Polished results banner by reducing overall size, updating placement, and adding glowing stars and a glyph circle frame. Glyph circle frame, I love it. Reduced exit performance hold time to 0.5 seconds. I love that too. Added a back-end check to prevent players from activating musical performances while actively in combat. Fix an issue that caused a disappearing performance zone when rapidly switching from zone to zone. Fix an issue where players dropping from performances could cause other players to unequip instruments during a performance in progress. Removed redundant text from musical performance buff tooltips. You now cannot access PvP toggle pop-up while in a musical performance. Change musical performance songbook player count from displaying max count to displaying range of players supported like 1 through 5. Fix an issue where unlocking multiple music sheets would slow overlapping text when playing in German. Fix errant UI message when attempting to start a musical performance during an invasion or war. This seemingly indicated that musical performances are allowed during invasions and wars when they are not. Fix grammar issues found within several musical instrument achievements. Added prevention to stop players from performing a song if there was an object placed above them that would prevent them from standing. Added progression achievements for the music trade skill at 20, 40, 80, 140, and 200 skill level. Oh, achievements, okay. Added instrument crafting and salvaging recipes. Wait. Updated instrument crafting and salvaging recipes. So tier 2 to tier 4 instruments now salvage into a new instrument trinket that is used for crafting their higher tier instrument. What? The instrument itself is no longer used. This change was made due to issues with the previous crafting recipe potentially causing the wrong item to be consumed when crafting. We really like the idea of upgrading or leveling up a single instrument to higher tiers and believe this change still captures that flavor while being a safer way for players to manage their items. I'll take it. That's a win for me, I guess. Updated performance note bar to be colored based on the equipped instrument's gear score and influence on hit zone. Wait, that's a thing? Updated performance note bar to be colored based on the equipped instrument's gear score and influence on hit zone. So do you have like a higher, bigger hit zone with like legendary instruments? That's kind of cool. I'll have to check that out. And they also updated the size, font, and artwork for reward banner at the end of the performance. So let me just see how long this has been going. 34 minutes, and I still have all this. Should I do a part 1, part 2, or just bang it out? We're just going to bang it out, all right? Next video is going to be called PTR Expedition Update, okay? So thank you for watching. I'm going to get over to the PTR as soon as I'm done with these freaking videos, and I hope to see you guys there. Let's have some fun. Let's make some videos. Let's test some stuff out. Get on the PTR, everybody. We need to help AGS make this game the game I know it can be. It's in there. We just gotta, give it candy, something. That's kind of cringe. Thank you guys for watching. And really quick, one more thing. This is going to be in the description, so don't you worry. I made this post on the New World forums saying, I'm crying about, you guys didn't pick me to, test out Burning Sands and stuff. Why did you pick? I didn't say that exactly, but that's what I was thinking. Like, what's so special about Baggins and Danny? Why do they get to do it? I make videos every day for this damn game, but I take it back. AGS, if you guys don't notice me, that's all right. That's all right. These guys, Baggins, Danny, they worked their ass off to get to where they're at. So they deserved every bit of it. And I was just salty and butthurt because I think I'm this big YouTuber when I'm not. I'm nobody. So I went back and read this and I was like, oh, that's kind of cringe. But then you know what happened? I got so much love from all you guys, and it was incredible. If I don't ever get noticed by New World as a official content creator, if there ever was such a thing, well, there is. Baggins is, all them guys, Danny. They're actually really cool dudes. That's okay. That's okay. I just got to keep doing what I'm doing, and eventually, I think I'll get there. Eventually, if I put enough work in, as much as these guys have, and these guys do deserve every bit of recognition that they have. But I just want to say thank you to all of you guys, every single one of you, for supporting me. These comments are insane. And even if New World never notices me as a content creator, what I've been looking for, that recognition, I already got it. I already got it from you guys. I got it from you guys, and I would take that over recognition from AGS any day, because I know that you guys support me as a community and embrace my channel, and I just fucking love you guys. All right. Snagglepuss, thank you. Lord Gank, thank you. Walrus, I've known you for a while now on the forums, buddy. Thank you so much. Sakarath, iDarkstar, Venoms, what's up, dude? They like that transmog idea. Yilika, thank you. Black XP, dude, you made me almost cry earlier, bro. Saint Dale, Raceland, Majir, John C. Riley, Glow Sticks, thank you. Red Rubicon, Bunga, Crank, Mern, Dizzy Lemon, Sean Murphy, thank you. Solus, what is up, brother? Thank you so much, man. Blah, 348. Oh yeah, you didn't. I don't think you said anything, but hey, thanks for joining the conversation anyway. Diddles McDiggity, thank you. Semi Shot, feel my bicep. Hell yeah, bro. Geek Boy, my man, what's up, dude? Thank you, man. Thank you. Adrian and Goner, every single one of you guys. I know this is good, and on like 40 minutes, it's all waffle. Is that? Did I say that right, Danny TV? Waffle? Is that what you guys call it when you just blah blah blah, unnecessary stuff? But I just got to tell you guys all one more time, I freaking love you. I'm not going anywhere. I don't think New World's going anywhere. And I'm just so happy to be here and have such an amazing freaking community like all you guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Catch you guys on the flip side.